So we've had a little bit of a snowstorm. It is still snowing. And we're gonna head out to the studio. And today I want to talk to you about how to turn a small social media presence into film industry attention. So let's go. I'm gonna shoot something really big. Welcome. As I said today, we are going to be talking about how to take that small social media presence that you have and turn it into industry attention, but not only industry attention, but how to turn it into revenue, how to make money at your expertise in the filmmaking world and have that extra income that doesn't force you into endless gig work and taking work that doesn't look anything like what you ever saw yourself wanting to be known for. So let's rewind to 2010, right? My career was like so many. I had some successes, but I could never capitalize on them. I had a couple films out, I had some stuff that got into distribution, but in between that, I was just doing gig work. And I never was able to turn those into this steady, predictable, controllable career. The money was always weird. I ended up working on gig to gig and selling my time instead of my ideas. And my time was just like, it was essentially the pick-me business model. It was, I did the same thing as a bunch of other people with camera equipment. And as long as I undercut them, I could get the job. So I never was able to make the kind of work I always wanted to be known for. None of us set out to film cosmetic dentist commercials. People who want to tell stories for a living tend to have really big ideas. And if you're anything like I was back then, you had no idea of how to get there. How are you going to turn this, I make commercials for lawyers, into I just sold a major television show? Because in between that, after having talked to thousands and thousands of filmmakers, there's not a direct path from that anymore, right? The way the industry is now. There's not a direct path from creating something for a few $100 and turning it into gold. Are there people where that happens to? Yeah, but I don't want to rely on the lottery for my career. I want something that is more controllable. I remember that the biggest idea I had was, where's the work going to come from so I can pay the car bill? Or where's the work going to come from so I can pay the rent and just get through this month? That was the biggest idea I could have. My life was super small and I expected it to be big. I had this delusion, frankly, that if I just keep trying to make stuff, I'm gonna get discovered one day. And there was no system or no business model that was reliable, that had more than one income stream. The only income stream I had was some company or restaurant or nonprofit needs to give me work so I can pay the bills. And by the way, now I do so much of that, I don't have any time to create the original work that I want to be known for. So again, selling my time instead of my ideas. And as soon as I ran out of time, I couldn't make any more money, so I capped out. So fast forward, and now you guys see me on this YouTube channel, you see me on Instagram, you see me on TikTok and all of that. I don't have a huge audience, but I make an outsized six-figure business out of this very small audience because people now have a pathway to find me because I've put my expertise out into the world. Never lived in a time when you can broadcast at will without permission. You used to need to know somebody at the network to be able to do what I'm doing right now. And there isn't a version of having a filmmaking career that doesn't involve the internet. So why not use it and sell your expertise as a filmmaking coach? I'm known as Alex LeMay, the film industry business guy, right? I mean, I talk about the business of filmmaking all the time. And anybody who subscribes to me found their way to me because I set up a system and a business model that allowed them to find me. If you go and say, type in a pitch deck template, I'm one of the first on Google. If you go and you type in, how do I sell my web series? I'm right at the top because I built a business that allowed me to give context to not only the general filmmaking community, but also to the industry. When they hear me talk about the business, they know that I'm not fooling around. They know that they can trust me, and I get jobs from my YouTube channel all the time. So I want you to know that not only have I built this small audience around this, but I also monetize it in an outsized way. And I think that if you guys look at what expertise you have, you're gonna realize you can monetize it the same way. I want to show you how to do what I do. Some people were telling me, Alex, stop doing that. You're creating competition for yourself. But what I want to do is in the next 3 years is have people cut the umbilical from that endless gig work and that struggle and that financial insecurity and find a way to sell their expertise, which you all have, whether it is how to use a camera in a unique way, whether it is how to write a script in a particular way, or even whether it is how to make emotional impact in your projects in a very specific way. There is an audience for everything. And there are people who are seeking knowledge and willing to pay a lot for it. Some of my programs are $5,000 to $7,000. So if I get 2 clients a month, I'm doing great. I have one course, Pitch Beast, which is $97. If I sell 20 of those a month, look at what I've done at the end of the year. I barely touch that thing and it's kind of on autopilot. I have another course called Pitch Link, which is $497, right? If I sell 5 of those a month, 2 of those a month, if I add all of that up, this adds up to a serious 6-figure income, just on the coaching and consulting side. Then you add my project work, where I'm helping companies develop slates, where I'm selling my own shows, where I'm being hired as a showrunner, where I have ownership of things. If my filmmaking part of the actual being on set or in the development room isn't going as well as I want it to, I have this coaching consulting business on this side. When all of this madness happened and production was shut down, I had a really solid income, and in fact, it ended up being one of the best times for this business because filmmakers were in panic. They didn't know what to do. So they called me to help them. And we got a lot of filmmakers through that. So if you have this desire to sell your expertise as a filmmaker and build multiple income streams so that you're not financially exhausted. You know, one of the luxuries of being able to do this is work from anywhere. Your time is your own. And one of the best things is that I get to say no to a ton of projects that don't look like what I want to be known for. I don't have to take them for the money. I can take them for the impact that they will have on my career and have on audiences. So if being a filmmaking coach is something that interests you, I'm going to leave a link below. Go ahead and set up a call and I'll walk you through how you can do that. There are audiences for everything. There are people making 6 figures talking about olive oil, wine, coffee. So if you think that isn't possible for you, schedule a strategy call with me. Go to my website, I'll leave a link below, and you can schedule a free 45-minute call and I'll show you how you can do this. This is something that you are an expert at something in this industry, and it has way more value than you just selling your time, than you just going on to that next gig. Imagine if you could work from anywhere. Imagine if you could say no to projects because they don't look like the thing you want to be known for. Imagine if you had financial control and predictability. I'm living proof. I need you to understand I'm no different than you are, and that I was able to bridge this gap, and I'm happier than I've ever been and more satisfied, and I have more opportunity in my life than I ever have. So make that call. I can't wait to see you in the next video. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the little notification button so you're notified of upcoming videos, and I can't wait to see you in the next one, and I'm talking to you.